So, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for joining, and happy you have opportunity to join, so not to waste the time. I will give give you the permission to share your short presentation. That's why I don't know how long it will be. This privilege.
Yes. Okay. So my future research will be a mathematical modeling of information dissemination process in social networks with agents. Well, it's the topic one more time. Then my supervisor will be a professor of Ivohin Evgen Viktorovich. He is doctor of physical and mathematical sciences, and he works in our cybernetics faculty. Then the aim of my research is to explore different ways of information spreading predictions and study the ways of to improve one efficiency by uniting or upgrading these methods. My methods, what is the effectiveness of each one, which are pros and cons of these methods, and how they can be amended. Well, it's my plan. I divide it into 3 quarters. The first quarter is almost pass, so that the first 2 steps of my supervisor and determine aims are already done, and the point in process is to search for useful resources and information. The next part of my research is to research and analysis, and it can be divided into 4 steps. The first one is systematize found info resources, then choose methods for closer observation, then analyze and the third quarter goal is to finalize results. It can be divided to reobservance of the whole done work, to do some improvements and to write it as a whole, then make a summary and consult with my supervisor to make changes if once needed. And the last one is to get ready to final presentation, which is a result of the whole done work.
So, do you have
Thank you for attention.
Of your research, or only your supervisor will read your research?
Well, this research probably will be read only by my supervisor, but it will be presented to our
scientific board, general.
Yeah, scientific board, but usually in our case, only a supervisor read it carefully, and the others only observe the whole in a whole and ask questions in the presentation part.
Okay, yeah, I see. And why your work is important and how it might be implemented?
Well, the sphere I'm studying it in this work is rather important.
Sorry, Jim, will you show once again the topic for your group mates to
And you can use these models to understand this process and find the best time to present your product. Moreover, it can be used in sociology to understand the tendencies of spreading information, or even in the I would say state safe methods to understand how quickly the information in which is given by social media can be spread, and how exactly we can answer this information to spread this answer the best way.
in the best way. Okay, thank you, Dima. And also, what specific social networks are you going to explore?
Well, I will not explore the specific social networks, but it will be a mathematical modeling. So I will work on different systems and models which could be further implemented in any social network you want, depending on the differences and peculiarities.
Okay, so guys, do you have any questions to Dima according to his topic and aim? Maybe some pieces of advice, maybe some information you found you can share with him. Any questions? No questions? You are so indifferent. Okay, Dima, thank you very much. And this task will be evaluated as 20 maximum, and you've got 20 out of 20. Thank you. It's very interesting. And even you divided your plan according to the periods of time. Deep work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So who wants to be the next one? Maybe someone who is in a hurry, or maybe some problems with internet. So
could I go the next?
Yes.
You see the
Not
presentation?
yet. Not yet. Just black screen. No files. So can I see only black screen, or the others also see the black screen?
I also see black screen.
Well,
yeah. Denise, try again, maybe. No, still black screen.
Now you see?
Yes.
Okay, my presentation is about sim non-cooperative fuzzy games in normal form. My supervisor is Sergey Mashenko from Cybernetics. The aim of my future research is to understand basics of game theory, understand how games with fuzzy parameters differ from other ordinary ones, and consider several ways to solve games with fuzzy parameters, and develop my own solution to this problem. Research questions that I ask for me, it's what does the game theory mean as a science? In what areas does it have the greatest influence? What good examples of non-cooperative games exists in real life, and what is the benefit of solution such problems? The answer of this question is what does the game theory means in the science? Is game theory is a branch of applied math that provides tools for analyzing situations in which parties called players make decisions that are independent from each other.
Interdependent. Yeah, взаимо.
Yeah.
Залежить. Yeah.
Yeah. In what areas does it have the greatest influence? Game theory have the study of strategic decision making can be used in many fields, but the greatest influence it have in business, finance, and economics. What examples of non-cooperative games exist in real life? For example, it's rock, paper, scissors, the promoted example of non-cooperative game. It is a strategic game wherein the outcome is based on the combination of various sets of choice. What is benefit of solution such problems? Problem solving make games are activities that require players to use critical thinking skills to solve puzzles or something else. The purpose of this exercise is to sharpen reasoning and decision making skills in group setting, and to do team building with employers, for example. My roadmap for my future research is choose a topic of work and mentor that I already done, find literature for field analysis that also already done, analyze the material and write out the main points, sketch a draft to the work and discuss the subsequent direction with the mentor, work on the mistakes, rewrite work and to an acceptable form. Make a presentation, show the work to other mentors, get a review and take feedback, and submit my work. That's all. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, you said that you have found the literature for your
Yep.
analysis. And what about how many resources have you already reviewed?
In past, I reviewed about 3 resources in my past diploma. But now I choose two resources that are greater than 2 more resources that greater than others.
This one. Okay. And fuzzy, what? Sorry, in your aim, it was the word fuzzy something. Fuzzy games. What does
Yep.
it mean? Fuzzy games.
It means in HTTP, it's games with
So
no.
could you give the examples? It's like rock, paper, scissors. I was surprised because it's
no.
a childish game.
Rock, paper, scissors, it's example of non-cooperative game, but no, not fuzzy
Okay.
game. Fuzzy games, it means that parameters of this game are unstable and unknown.
Not clear, yeah?
Yep, on first when you see this problem or task, you don't know already all parameters. It can be in such interval of values or something like that.
And what software will you use for analyzing these games?
In past, I used MATLAB, and I choose to use it in future also.
Okay. So, guys, do you have any questions to Denise? Maybe some advice? Are you with ours?
Yeah, we are here, but Denise's presentation was rather overwhelming, so that we don't
No,
have
not
so many questions.
overwhelming. Sufficient, yeah, maybe sufficient.
Yes, sufficient.
Okay, so you don't have. What is the title of your supervisor?
Title?
Doctor of Sciences or PhD?
He's docent.
PhD, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Denise. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You've got also 20 out of 20, but not she, but it, because we speak
Yeah, I will
about
correct it.
not a person, but about object, yeah. Okay, who wants to be the next?
May I be the next?
Yes, yes, sure.
Are you able to see my screen? So the theme of my work will be Apache Beam connector for single store DB, and my supervisor will be Shevchenko Julie. The aim of the research: Apache Beam is an open source unified programming model to define and compute data processing pipelines, including ETL, batch, and stream processing. Apache Beam EO connectors provide read and write transforms for the most popular data storage system, so that Beam users can benefit from native connectivity. Beam GDBC connector can be used to read and write data to almost any relational database, but this connector uses the most primitive functionality that is implemented by all relational databases. The aim of the research is to try using single store DB specific read and write functionality to create a more optimal connector. Research question is it possible to use single store DB parallel read inside of the Apache Beam? How fast reload data query can write data to the database compared to the insert query? What is the optimal batch size for data writing? And how fast is single store DB compared to other databases? And my research plan is next. I'm planning to investigate Apache Beam architecture, try using GDBC connector and measure its performance, read the code of other database-specific connectors, try to implement a proof of concept to check if single store DB specific functionality gives performance improvements, read Apache Beam documentation about the contribution testing and code style, write a design document for the connector, request this feature and discuss it with Google developers, develop the connector, develop integration tests to check if it works, develop unit tests to catch bugs, develop performance tests, go through the review process and get the code marked and released, and finally write the documentation for the connector.
So deep analysis. Okay, thank you very much. So have you started working with literature review? What has been done before?
I already in the final steps. So
Final step, really?
yeah, yesterday I wrote the documentation and sent the pull request, and I'm waiting for the release of this connector.
So you have written the research, right? Already.
Yeah.
Okay, and how many resources have you used in your research? I mean references.
I have pretty bad connection. Can you please repeat?
How many references have you used in your research?
Mostly I read the references from internal Apache Beam documentation. Google team has a lot of good articles, probably 5 or 7 of them.
Okay. Oh, that's great. You have done the whole work up to even up to the end of the first semester. Perfect. Good job. Any questions, guys? We have air raid alarm. And I have to announce you that if you are thinking you need to leave the session and to go to their shelter, you can do it right now because I don't have to make you stay in our Zoom meeting. I don't know about your region, but in Kyiv it's air alarm rate. Повітряна тривога. Okay, thanks a lot, Adalbert, and I was surprised and pleased to hear that you have already done most of your work and ready to ready to get the diploma. Okay. So, ви будете йти в укриття, залишати сешн, ми можемо продовжити на наступній парі, ну, мається на увазі на
Можна
наступному
ми
тижні.
ще з Наталією покажемо і потім вже підемо в укриття?
Та нема питань. Я просто вас маю попередити, якщо ви вважаєте, що ви залишаєтесь, ну, це ваше право. Просто я не маю вас тримати тут примусово, от і все.
Добре, дякую.
Я в укриття не йду, не чекаю, тому я залишаюсь. Якщо хтось вважає за потрібне піти, будь ласка, маєте на те право. Окей. Так, дівчата, хто наступний?
Можна тоді я?
Можна.
Так, презентацію видно? My research of expert evaluation. My supervisor is Sergey Ivanovich Marchenko. He is my scientific supervisor and the person who helped me write my scientific work. The aim of the work. The goal of the diploma project is to develop a method for solving the problem of constructing an aggregated expert assessment by experts whose competence is defined by a fuzzy set. Research questions. Decision making is the process of choosing from a set of alternative options according to some criteria. The problem of choice is constant in various areas of human activity. Currently, the methods of fuzzy set theory are used in almost all areas. Even in the management of the enterprise, the quality of the products produced and technological processes. With the help of the methods of the theory of fuzzy sets, it's possible to make decisions in various situations faced by a person. This is what makes this topic relevant for study. Expert evaluations are used in situations where the choice, justification, and evaluation of the results of the decision can be determined on the basis of the exact calculations. Similar situations arise when developing modern problems of innovative development of the country. Plan of the research.
Natalia, will you come back, please, for a minute to the previous slide? So you have written like a statement, but what is the question?
I think my questions are
How to determine, yeah?
Yes,
the
how to
results of the
determine
decision on the basis of exact calculation, yeah?
Yes.
This is the
Yes,
question.
you're right.
And what's about the second one?
The second question or the second?
The second question. So at least 3 questions typically are asked in research questions. So the first one, how to determine the evaluation of the results on the basis of exact calculation, and 2 more, what might be just your suggestion?
The second question is like how to count some amount of information if you don't have
How to count the amount of information? Okay, not specify. You will specify, I think, later on, yeah. And the third one?
And the third is how to make an example for my scientific work.
Okay. So go on, sorry for interrupting.
And my plan of the research is first investigate these methods of expert evaluations. Second, review the theory of fuzzy sets and methods of expert evaluation. Third, make a formulation of the problem of constructing estimates for a fuzzy set of experts and the method of its solution. And fourth, solve example of construction of expert evaluation. And that's all.
Okay, and what is included in fuzzy sets? If it's sets, as far as I understand, so it included several parts, yeah, set.
Yes.
It consists of some objects or titles. So what is included in fuzzy set?
Fuzzy set, it's the concept to attempt and to mathematically formalize fuzzy information. And like I said previously, if you have some amount of information, we can't count like one information, two information is always fuzzy, fuzzy set.
Okay, information is changeable, yes, not stable, that is why it is called fuzzy set. Yes?
Yes, you're right.
Okay, thanks for clarifying. For me to be more understandable, is it difficult to analyze this fuzzy set? Because how quickly it's changed?
I think it depends on the information you analyze, and some information is quite changeable, and some is not
stable, yeah?
yes.
Okay, and what methods will you use to analyze these fuzzy sets? Or maybe a procedure, procedura of analyzing. Do you have any method or procedure?
I'm using the series and methods of fuzzy set number 1, type 1, and fuzzy set type 2 for my work.
Okay. And have you started analyzing the literature review?
Yes.
For your future research? How many items have you already read and analyzed?
Actually, a few ones, and I will continue to analyze.
Okay, thank you. Any questions to Natalia? No questions? Okay, thank you, Natalia. And the last one, Sophia, right?
Yes. Okay, wait a minute. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Right. My future research will be a short-term analysis of Ukrainian nuclear energy market. My scientific advisor will be Dolenko Galina Alexandrovna and Pavlishin Pavlo Yevremovich. Pavlishin Pavlo Yevremovich will have been director of Rivnenska nuclear power plant and now he is not actor. He is only deputate in our town. Yeah. The goal of the work: compare, exist, adapt forecasting models, consider them, work on the explain of forecasting electricity prices in Ukraine for 1 year. For 1 year, predict the level of energy market, draw calculations and development plan. I suggest you consider SWOT analysis, state support of the industry, quality staff, ability of material and technical base and infrastructure, availability of a state order, availability of established commercial relates.
Commercial relations.
Sorry. Established sales channels, including direct change board, high level of management, organization, and enterprise, social package for employees, automation of many processes. Also, we have dangerous, it's unstable financial conditions, psychic wear to and tear of community used in production, research capital of the production process, in-common use of available comparisons, increasing set analysis of management, limited service life. Wait.
So it was weak.
Yes.
Sites.
Weak,
among dangers.
Dangers is the presence of comparing company in the foreign market who occupy of state position, monopoly supplier of nuclear fuel, unstable economic state of a state, blames limited from the military of energy, the coronavirus pandemic was of the operation present and for the energy market. Also, war always.
Sorry, Sophia. What about the current situation with electricity? Isn't it a danger for your research?
Yes, because when was coronavirus pandemic, workers don't go for work, and also many people's and fabrics they don't factories they didn't pay for the using electricity.
Okay.
Potential
and current situation with blackouts also influences negatively, right?
Yes. It's more dangerous than coronavirus pandemic because when blocked was stopped, also people don't pay about the electricity, but
for the electricity.
For electricity, and also that can be broken some остаткування.
Equipment,
yes. And company don't have money for paid about this to fix them.
Okay. Anyway, we have potentiality, right?
Yeah, of course. Potentiality is a market situation. Also, I want to say that market situation more confused for us because 70% of energy in our country is nuclear energy. The electrical infrastructure is at the stage of reform. The possibility of expanding the export of products, the possibility of expanding for products divisions, low degree of risk, investment perspective, the economic infrastructure of the region is developed, construction of data centers.
So anyway, more possibilities than drawbacks, yeah?
Yeah.
More opportunities. Okay.
One of the research, investigate experience method of modeling and forecasting, time series, implement Brown's model using the Excel environment, employment program code, Brown models and Holt models using the PyCharm software environment, conduct simulation of electricity prices.
Okay.
And it's all, thank you.
So you are so involved in this process, and have you already done something?
Now I'm on the beginning and this research because material law and I couldn't take the information about our nuclear station. They didn't they couldn't give this information.
They didn't provide you with the information.
Ну, із-за того, що все-таки воєнний стан, вони не можуть надати цю інформацію. Це I should to get allow from SBU. Yes.
Permission.
Yes, and if someone like my scientist adventure publication or my parents who worked at the station, if they give me that information, SBU will talk about them.
Okay, we'll punish them. I see. So anyway, I hope you will find the solution and you will do this very important research, especially nowadays for our Ukraine when we have problems with the electricity in our homes, and a lot of infrastructure is damaged, so we need the solution. So explain them that we need the solution. Okay, thank you very much. Так, Sophia. So, Sophia, I will advise you to work with the pronunciation of some words from your
Okay.
Research, because it's very interesting, but some words are mispronounced, okay?
Okay.
Any questions to Sophia? No questions as far as I see. Why are you so passive? Inactive? You are not interested in your group mates' topics? It seems to me all the topics are interesting and are up to different fields. So that is why I consider it would be useful to be more involved in this process. Okay, thank you very much. And I'll give you one more short to do a short test, okay? It's test about use of some scientific terms according to the material we've passed. So follow the link, please. Can you open the link? You have to choose the correct term for each 15 sentences, I'm sorry. Where you have to choose the correct term for each particular situation. Can you do this test and send me the results, like screenshots? Okay.
I can't see the test. I see the page with the app advertisement.
I have the same situation.
You can't see the test?
Yes, here I see Word Smith app, then with the
Okay, and it's strange. In just a second, I'll try to reconnect this, re-download. I'll check one more. I have created just So I have created these sentences, questions, and it seems to me it was not saved properly because maybe of unstable internet connection. So now it shows me this one. And I can't find the... Okay, you are lucky then. So I can't see the sentences. So that's why I lost I lost the task. Okay. And then at least presentation is okay. So a few sentences to finish about if you have done a literature review of your future research, at least one of your resource. So will you complete these three sentences in summarizing the information and three sentences in comparing? Any resource you have already used or you will use devoted to your future research, to your topic, and any resource to complete this sentence. The basic idea of the article is, so any article you have already, because some of you have already sent me the literature review, and you can use from this material from this review. Okay. So complete these 6 sentences based on your literature review. And in 10 minutes, we will check the results. Is anybody ready? Okay, can you give your examples, please, Denise? Yeah. Ah, okay, thank you. So who wants to be the next? You're not ready yet? Natalia, have you done any of these sentences?
Not yet.
Dima, what about you?
Well, I can get a try. The basic idea of the article is to state the nowadays achievements in the sphere of analyzing information spreading. What the author essentially says is that nowadays we have many different models, and as a whole, this sphere is rather developed. The main focus of analyzing spreading information is analyzing this process in social networks. The difference between well, I'm not sure what exactly. Well, I can say that the difference between theoretical foundation and mathematical models is the ability to use the second issue in solving exact problems. Let's say that way. While theoretical foundation I can say this not
So
appropriate in my
you can give examples while one of the author says this, another author says.
While I need a moment.
So different.
While Cherny says about theoretical foundation of the sphere, Nechna and Kaczynski talk about the different mathematical models. And Twitter does more does information spreading more faster than Facebook.
Okay, thank you. Good answers. So, Sophia, would you like to try? Maybe not all sentences, but some that you have already done. Okay. Sophia?
Sorry, I have a problem with internet.
Okay.
The basic idea of the article is positive pieces of development methods is which help the international structure of the time series, the relationship of this successive members is carefully studies, and the models which are for tool stand sensitive to dynamic changes and accordingly rebuilt in one way or another. Okay, next. What other sensitive says is that the time series is a set of observation obtained sequentially in time. If the time varies distinctly, the time series is called district. They have considered only a district time series which observe a model of our fixed time interval, which is taken as an until account. The main focus of this research was the scope of application of adaptive models of one demonstration series is quite wide. They can be used to forecast study and demand cyclical fluctuations of the financial market, individual economic and technical economic indicators, and the level of the stocks in the material and the technical super system. to forecast structures and technology shifts, to demonstrate the trajectories of some global instructions. And compare, I didn't take.
Haven't done. Okay. So Natalia, what about you?
The basic idea of the article is to describe the expert evaluations are used in situations where the choice of the decision can be determined on the basis of expert calculations. The second is what the author essentially says is he actually describes the two types of fuzzy sets, and also describing about its usefulness. The main focus of review is to describe actually two types of fuzzy sets. Compare the difference between fuzzy set type 1 and type 2 is that type 1 fuzzy set is characterized by a two-dimensional space, whereas type 2 fuzzy set is characterized by a three-dimensional space. And the last two ones I
haven't done. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for trying and for doing the comparative and summarizing information. And the next question and the last question, how to take part in discussion and how to argue politely. So if you are disagree with the opponent about some facts about the research, so how to give your disagreement politely? Any suggestions? Not to offend the researcher. Any life hacks or tips? How to disagree politely in any debates concerning the research. For example, the situation, you are participating in a conference and you have heard the researcher with the related topic, but the data he presented are not what you are expected, or for example, are not what you consider is correct. So how to debate, how to say that you are disagree with that. But how to do it in a polite way. Any suggestions?
I think you can start with some polite phrases like I'm sorry, but I disagree with you about this, or I see what you are saying, but and then you can describe your opinion.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes, okay. So firstly, you agree with the point of view of the researcher, but yeah, you use but, and then you give your opinion on this issue. Right, Natalia. So one more advice is to start with positive aspects that you totally agree. So from his speech, for example, there are some points you agree. So you can repeat them and say that I totally agree that you proposes them or suggests, but again, yeah, and continue with some points where you disagree. One more tip, how to debate and to disagree politely, to ask clarifying questions. So if you disagree with something, you can ask clarifying questions, and then in this case, a person who presented the material might guess where the problem is. Yeah, if you ask clarifying correct questions. And more detailed questions can also be used as disagreement. You can also use less forceful models like can, might, it might be true, but again, yeah. But do not use like a straightforward disagreement, like you mustn't do this or you ought to do this. So better to use a more polite version of this recommendation, like could, you might check your data with the help of, and so can propose your variant, or you could, or you may at least, would you like to try this variant of solution also? Something like that, or your explanation, yeah, why you disagree with something, you explain your point of view, your position, with the help of because, yeah, you give the your opinion and then you give facts, because and why you think so, or because of. Or you can also use before and after introductory words. Like Natalia said, I think, actually, maybe you are right, but, and after, but if you disagree, you can also finish in a polite way, like, but maybe I'm wrong, I will check again. So, but you make this person think about the results or consequences, or about your doubts concerning the results of his or her research. Also, there are some more examples, like you can also use these examples like this. So give an opinion, you shouldn't state, you use may be, yeah, it should be, it might be, where you give a chance for another opinion. Also, to be polite, you can start with most people agree that something, yeah, what is discussed, but some researchers consider and give your opinion. Then you can give like with if sentences. If this is it may course, and your suggestion what consequences might it be. The same is true in some researchers, but, for example, but I consider that this statement is doubtful and should be clarified in more details, or you can give your arguments. So for debates, we use different ways, but don't forget to be polite and to respect the opinion of their opponent or researcher, because different issues in the research might be viewed from different points of view and from different in different ways. So take it into account when you will participate in such debates, or even when you are announcing your results in front of the board committee, yeah, you can also use such techniques to give your personal opinion or to prove that your data are correct and exist in this way. Okay, so do you have any questions? Тепер щодо організаційного моменту. Дивіться, якщо ви здали CV, пройшли інтерв'ю, здали рев'ю, critical review of the article і literature review, і сьогодні вже захистили вашу коротку презентацію майбутнього вашого дослідження. Це базові вимоги, які ставилися до того, щоб отримати залік. Тобто сьогоднішня презентація – це вже заключне завдання, яке ставилося перед вами на цей семестр для того, щоб підвести логічну риску. І ті, хто здав усі матеріали, в принципі, на наступний раз вже вважайте, що ви автоматично отримали заліки. Ті, хто не здав, у вас ще є тиждень на доздачу, але вже ті всі матеріали, всі інші, ви можете дослати мені, як ви це робили, якщо щось у вас залишилося не здане. І, в принципі, good luck in your future examination session and good luck in your scientific research. And thank you very much for having a chance and finding the opportunity to participate in our classes. So that's all for today. By the way, if you have passed everything, you don't need to join the next week. So the next week will be one more chance for those who haven't got the opportunity to join today. Тобто на наступний раз, я сподіваюся, що доєднаються ті, дай Боже, щоб у нас буде можливість провести ще одну зустріч, і доєднаються ті, хто сьогодні не мав змоги здати свої презентації. Якщо ви все здали, ви можете вже на наступний раз відпочивати, і я надішлю кожному ваш результат в приватні повідомлення. So, thank you and goodbye. Stay safe.
Дякую.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
До побачення.
Bye-bye.